Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another segment of Hollywood Memories. I'm Dan Roberts, the publisher of The Vegas Voice, and my great job is to get to interview the other woman in my life, and that is the Hollywood Memories, and that's Miss Beverly Washburn.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you so much, as always, for letting me sit here. Let's just make a quick thank you to Carnegie Heights for sponsoring it, and they're wonderful people, and again,
they're fabulous. Thank you so much, Carnegie. We're so happy to be associated with you, and thank you for sponsoring us.
Well, more her, not me, that's for sure. The thing that we're going to discuss this week is, and we mentioned it earlier, and as a matter of fact, you got over 18,000 hits on our previous YouTube, and that is the cult classic known as Spider Baby.
Spider Baby, yeah. I know we've already talked about Spider Baby. And again, I mean, it's not for everybody. Not everybody likes horror films, but this one is kind of special. It's a cult classic.
Special, yes.
And now they've done a remake.
And you know, when you first told me about Spider Baby, and I met you, and I know all the stuff that you've done, and I saw the movie, you really scared the hell out of me, didn't you? And I didn't let you go near a fork. So if you saw Spider Baby, you'll understand why. But not only is it a cult classic, it's international.
Yeah, it's all over the globe. I don't understand it, but I'm grateful, of course, because when it first came out, we filmed it in, what was it, 1967, and it just kind of sat there, didn't do much. And then Quentin Tarantino, who is a good friend of Jack Hill, who is the guy who wrote it and directed it, he saw the film, and you know, Quentin's kind of a quirky little guy, and he loved the film, so he was instrumental in getting it re-released, and now it's huge, and now all of a sudden they decided to do a remake.
You know, and the thing that I couldn't get over is that when you purchase CDs and some posters, that's you. I mean, you're the one that's prominently in there.
I know. I'm not sure why they put me on the cover of the CD, because I'm actually not Spider Baby. It's a sister, well played by Jill Banner, who sadly was killed in an automobile accident a few years after the filming.
And again, the original cast was
Lon Chaney Jr., Mantan Moreland, Jill Banner, Sid Haig. Oh gosh, my brain.
But you know, the idea being, and you again, we also mentioned in the first Spider Baby review that you did more films with Sid Haig.
I did another film with him called Pit Stop, and he was incredible, and he had a huge fan base. Anybody that liked horror films, they'll know who Sid Haig was. Sadly, he passed away a few years ago.
So, with everything going on, with all the TV stuff, all the movies, everything, would you ever think that of all the movies, there'd be a revival of Spider Baby?
No, not in a million years. I mean, it was quite a surprise to me when I got contacted that it's not a sequel, it's an actual remake.
Yeah.
And it's done by a young and up-and-coming filmmaker by the name of Dustin Ferguson. And he said it's not his intention to try to be better than the first one, but more to honor it. And so he contacted me and said that he would like me to be a part of it. But being that it's a remake and not a sequel, there was really no role in it for me, because obviously I can't play the role that I did originally. So they wrote in a little cameo.
But the interesting thing is, as you can see from the Spider Baby poster, you got top billing.
I know. I don't even know why. I'm on screen like 30 seconds. But
tell me about the new cast. I guess one of them is really related to somebody extremely famous.
Yes, Ron Chaney, who is Lon Chaney's grandson. And when I heard that he was in it, I assumed that he was going to be playing Lon Chaney's role. But no, he also is doing a cameo in it. And it was the first time that we got to meet, and he's a terrific guy, and it was really fun to catch up with him and talk about his grandfather, because Lon Chaney was just so dear.
And if you have any knowledge about the plot, it's really about two sisters, one of them being Spider Baby, and I guess when you met them, how did they treat you, by the way, these two gals?
They were so sweet. One of them actually, I didn't understand it, but it was so cute. She started crying when she met me. It was so sweet.
You have that appeal on people, don't you?
I don't know why she started crying, but they're darling. Skylar and Emma, they play the two girls. You know, I was the one, Elizabeth. Emma plays Elizabeth, and Skylar plays Virginia. And then another really sweet guy named Cody, who played Sid Haig's part, the part of Ralph. And so they're all unknowns, they're newcomers. And I haven't seen the film yet, so I'm anxious to see how it all turns out. But Dustin Ferguson is passionate about it, and this one's going to actually be in color. And they came out with a really cool new poster for it.
We have that. What's it like doing, you know, looking at someone, the younger gal, and yet you're in it, and yet they treat you like royalty, right? Which deservedly so,
I don't know how deservedly it is, but it was very sweet. It was just a thrill. I was so happy to meet them. They were just darling, and it was really fun. We shot it in Santa Clarita, California. So we drove there and filmed, and it was really fun to be back on a Spider Baby set.
You know, and again, you're really the last remaining cast member.
Well, there's one other person, Mary Mitchell, who played the part of Anne, the secretary, but she doesn't, you know, really do much anymore because she's like, I think she's 86 now or something. So she's basically retired, but very sweet lady. And she and I are the only two still alive. Of course, Jack Hill, who is the director and writer of the original one, he's still alive, and he's in his 90s now, and he is the executive producer on this remake. And
yet, when they had you do that scene, which we'll show you, in which you're in a Mustang.
I know, it's really a cool car,
I mean, how different was it? I mean, just the idea, again, the Mustang and that person wasn't in the original Spider Baby.
No, it wasn't. It was an added scene. I play a lady from the Child Protective Services, and I'm driving there to check on the Merrye family. And they couldn't really give me dialogue because I'm driving by myself, so they had me kind of like talking to myself because I'm driving up this winding dirt road and I'm looking around. So at one point I say something like, it's got to be here somewhere, and then I, you know, look again, and then I go, oh, what have I gotten myself into? But I'm kind of talking to myself, so that was the little cameo that I did, and then I won't tell you what happens next, but let's guess.
Just a little bit of a clue, because of the picture that we have in rehearsal, you're lying on the ground.
Yep.
Yeah, and
payback, right?
Payback,
for all the people that we killed in the original one.
Yeah. How is it? What's it like just playing, okay, now you're no longer around, so to speak, you're lying on the ground. Was it difficult for you to do it? Or was it so funny that you just couldn't stop from laughing? Or just, how do you handle something like that?
Well, we were all laughing at first, of course, because it is pretty strange.
It is,
on the ground and they're dragging me. But no, it was fun. I had a great time being there. The cast and crew were warm and welcoming, and everybody is just really excited about it. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. They're going to have a premiere of it.
Yeah, and when is the premiere?
On Halloween.
On Halloween,
October 31st at the Frida Theater in Santa Ana, California. They're going to have a red carpet. I think that's what they're saying. It could be just a red throw rug. No, they said it's going to be a red carpet. They're doing it up big, and they advertised it on Times Square. And
we have that. Yep.
Yeah, they're going full out on it.
Yeah, I mean, you must feel awfully proud that this movie that you thought was maybe a joke, but 50 years later or 40 years later, they're doing it up for longer than that. Yeah, I mean, you were only 6 at the time. You were a baby.
No, but I think I was 20.
Yeah, but you were able to do something and then see the revival, or a remake, I should say.
I know, it's astonishing to me. I had no idea. And also, you know, there's an album out, Rob Zombie put out the soundtrack.
For it, yeah.
Of Spider Baby. So it keeps on going, and there's the other video that we did on it a few months ago about the original. We were talking about all the merchandise that they have available. The shower curtains, the
coasters,
the mugs,
and all that. And again, with the coasters, that's you. And I'm thinking I must be talking to someone who's a multi-millionaire because of all the proceeds.
You think so?
I would think so, right? And you never really received any other proceeds from that.
No.
But you have the memories, and that's the best part.
memories, right? And they're fond. They are. It was really one of my most favorite roles because it was so different for me. You know.
Yes, it is.
Killing people.
Yeah. So I thank you again for putting up with me.
No, thank you,
We're
Dan.
going to do this again. Again, I thank Carnegie Heights for sponsoring us, which after this episode, we never know. But I thank you so much, Beverly.
Thank you, Dan.
And this is Dan Roberts with Miss Beverly Washburn for Hollywood Memories saying we'll see you again next time.
Thanks, everybody.